Welcome to the Offshore Accountant podcast, where we talk to guests from all around the world about accounting and how to run a better practice. In the accounting world, offshoring and outsourcing is not new, but there's been a lot of discussions on whether one should do it, what are the benefits, right? And I myself am involved in helping accounting firms in North America, Australia, and UK to set up their teams here in Nepal. But what I wanted today was to take it a bit different and invite someone who is also doing the same thing. And so you could get a different perspective on how offshoring works in case of Nepal, how someone is actually doing offshoring for their clients, and whether this is right for you as well. So today I have a very special friend. He's a friend of mine, Ganesh Dahal, an enroll agent in the US tax system. And we'll talk about how he's helping US based accounting firms in their tax practice and in their accounting practice. So let's welcome Ganesh. Ganesh, welcome to the Offshore Accountant podcast.
Thank you, Sushil. Thank you for having me.
Right. So, it was quite a long time coming. We are discussing that we want to get this perspective from different people who are doing work for the US accounting firms. And thank you for joining me today. And let's start with the beginning. So, who is Ganesh? What you do? Could you tell something to the audience?
Okay. So, Sushilji, thank you for the opportunity. I think you're doing a commendable job advocating about outsourcing, offshoring, and stuff for our industry, the accounting industry. So hi everyone. I'm Ganesh Dahal. I run an accounting practice here in Kathmandu. The name is Focus, and so we provide outsourcing and offshoring services, or let's say facility to US CPA firms, accounting firms, and especially on the tax side of it. And also the bookkeeping, payroll, sales tax, and basically everything that a business needs to do, compliance side of it and the operation side of it as well. So I'm an enroll agent. I'm permitted to practice before the IRS, and I represent clients with IRS. We have a team of about 10-15 people here in Kathmandu. Going well. December is coming to an end, and holiday season is coming nearby, so we have a lot of planning to do.
Let's start it with you said that you are an enrolled agent as well. So, someone who might not understand what an enrolled agent is, could you elaborate on what an enrolled agent is and what he can do or what he does?
Okay. So basically, enroll agent is someone who can represent taxpayers before the IRS, similar to CPA, but EAs are more on tax side of things. So basically, on any tax matter that taxpayer or business faces, we can represent clients, be it an individual or a business. We can represent them to the IRS. Whatever issues or whatever the filing requirements or the uh, reporting side of things. So basically, we can represent the clients with the IRS. And we have the capacity to sign the tax returns for businesses and individual and process it with the IRS as well.
All right. So an enrolled agent is basically a tax agent who can represent clients, and it is specifically for US based businesses and individuals, right?
Right, exactly.
Right. And so you are an enrolled agent yourself. You can represent taxpayers in the US to the IRS, but you do help accounting firms with their own tax practice as well.
Yeah, so basically, our line of service is pretty much aligned, inclined to whatever you just said. So basically, we provide services to EA firms, CPA firms, tax firms, right? So basically, we help them in their daily chores, right? And most of the representation side is done on the clientele, but we provide the back end services whenever is needed. We come up front and talk to maybe the taxing agency, say IRS or state. So that's on need basis, but basically it's more on operation side of things. So running the show from the background. Yeah.
Right. So these accounting and tax firms that you are servicing, they are all based in the US. So you are
Yeah.
specifically US based clients, or your
Yeah.
counterpart firms are in US.
Yeah, so since my expertise is on the US tax side, so we basically sign up with US tax only. But there are plans that we are trying to do some work in Australian side as well. So yeah, it will sometime come down the line as well.
Okay. So the US and Nepal, there's a time difference of around 12 hours, right? So when there's day here, it is night. So what service time or what time zone do you work on? Do you work on the American or the Eastern Standard Time, or are you working in the Nepal Standard Time?
So it's sort of both. So whenever there is a requirement for us to be present on maybe the calls and meetings, so we usually are available during the US hours as well. And basically the operations side of things can be run on Nepal time zone. So we also have batch-wise team members. So some of the people work during US hours, and some of the working Nepal hours, and some work in the mid hours, evening in Nepal, and there is a breeze between day team, night team, US team. So yeah, everyone is on the loop. So that's how we are tackling the time zone issue.
Okay, so you're basically available round the clock. One team or the another is available to handle all the queries from your counterparts.
Right. Also, to let's say to reduce the friction on this, I wanted to add. So what we do is, unless there is an EPP urgent issue, so we take about 15 to 24 hours to furnish the requests to the client. So that's how we try to engage and have a peaceful and a balancing environment between the firms in the US and the firm here that we run.
Right. And what about communication? Because when you work remotely, there might be a communication gap there, or how do you tackle or how the communication between all the teams in the US, in Nepal, and also the ultimate clients happen in your business?
So yeah, for fast and quick communication that we need to do, we use Slack,
Yeah.
and so for those work that we need a trial, we do via email,
Mhm.
and we also have a practice management tool called Taxdome. So then that's where we put all the clients' data, all the clients' documents, and all the workings and stuff. So it's all housed in a secure portal. That's how we're managing the documentation.
So tell me about your team. What's the size of your team and the qualification, the skills that your team has, and also how long have you been providing these services to the US clients?
Okay. So basically we started the from 2018. We had two, three people while we started the firm, but now we have grown significantly and have about 13, 15 members, give or take. And so basically the senior members are all the MBA graduates, and a few interns are on the ACCA side as well, doing some internship. And we have some marketing team, admin team here. So yeah, I would say everyone is on the bachelor's and master side of it.
Right.
So we hired a chartered accountant here in Nepal, so to help with managing the overall tax and let's just say workflow management.
Mhm.
So yeah, so we also have been adding a few more people in the US hours
Mhm.
to support the operations as well. So yeah, the hiring is, I think you might have already seen my post as well.
Yeah.
Uh, and yeah, we are hiring and continuously looking for good people, I would say.
All right. So you are continuously growing. Business is good.
Yeah, yeah.
Nice. And what about the talent pool? One of the advantages of having an offshore team in Nepal is that there is availability of accounting and tax talent. How difficult or easy have you found to source those talent in your own firm?
Yeah, so previously we had some challenges finding it's a good candidate for us, but
Mhm.
given the level of let's just say level of confidentiality and level of engagement that we need to do for an outsourcing firm, it was difficult quite some time. But with the courses like ACCA and people and CA as well, and so we get a lot of candidates from ACCA as of now.
Mhm.
So and there are MBS graduates that come in line as well, BBAs and MBAs. So yeah, it hasn't been that much of hassle hiring talents here. Yeah.
Mm.
So there are a lot of talents here. So we always keep screening, and we are always hiring, I would say. And yeah, that's how we're keeping with the talent pool.
Right. And the talent pool that you bring in, are they already conversant in the US tax laws and accounting, or do you provide on the house training when they do join?
So it's mostly in-house training
Right.
for the new candidates, and so with again few players coming in the outsourcing field here in Nepal.
Mhm.
So the availability now has increased a bit more.
All right.
So people are always looking for good opportunities. So yeah, we have been getting people from the competitor firms as well. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's we are hiring people.
Yes, what I have also noticed and I also encourage is that when opportunities increase, there are also the increase in people who want to get into those sort of opportunities, and they proactively get those skills themselves, and so that they can get into those jobs. So this is quite a good area in the outsourcing world, where the
Yeah.
more the business booms, the more people, the more talent you can get, right? It is
Right.
just in reverse order in the West, where accountants are in shortage, while here people are seeing that attraction in the accounting and tax systems in the West, and so an increase in income as well, and also being able to service global firms, global teams, global businesses from here in Nepal. These attracts these new talents coming up, and I think the more opportunities that we help grow, the more talent we can proactively get them skilled as well.
Yeah, so basically, we all human beings always look for better opportunities, right?
Yeah.
That's what we are also trying to do on a longer run is provide some training related to basically US taxes, accounting, gap accounting. That's where we are also trying to implement a few trainings to even the team members of competitors firm and general public who want to learn about US taxes, accounting. That's where we also want to work in the future.
Right. And to that point, I think you have also a training coming up quite soon for the people outside of your firm that want to get into US taxes. But we'll discuss about that at the very end. So people who are listening in and tuning in and thinking about how they can actually get into this industry from here in Nepal, they can, if they stick to the end, they will learn about how they can do it. But
Yeah.
let's get back to the meat of the business, right? The clients, your clients. So in the outsourcing world, there are actually two clients, right? The first client is the accounting firms that you are servicing, and the ultimate clients or the clients of those firms. And what a CPA firm or an accounting firm wants is that they can provide good service to their ultimate clients on time and with greater satisfaction. So how has the relationship with you as an accounting firm in the US has helped them achieve their own goals in that terms?
Yeah, so basically, when we sign up with a client, so we just said what's deliverable from us, right?
Mhm.
So the expectations are met on both ends. So yeah, so given the talent pool we have in our team members, and given the number of years of experience that we possess here, so that has been a great validation point for the clients. And on top of that, I myself am, let's just say I'm the face of the firm, and I talk to the clients, and I have this credential of EA, so that has helped building trust, and let's say gaining more of clients, building good relationship. So yeah, that has helped a lot. That's how we are keeping up with the relationship side of the things with the clients as well.
So when they talk to you, I suspect there is regular sync up or regular meetings where you discuss how the firm is actually growing, and the relationship between your two firms, and what has been the feedback from those firms so far for you.
So yeah, the feedbacks has been really positive from our client side.
Mhm.
Um, so we haven't had any mishaps so far, right?
Yeah.
And so that's not going to happen either. So yeah, the feedbacks are really well, and so there will be constructive feedback during the course of work in whatever industry we are in, right?
Mhm.
So we just have to work on the feedbacks, what the clients provide, the ultimate clients provide, or the customers provide, right? And we have to take actions immediately if that needs immediate attention. If it's a process improvement, then it might take some time, but over the course of period, everyone will be on the same page. So yeah, that's what we need to do.
Right. So the experience so far for these US firms, tax firms, and CPA firms has been quite positive,
Yeah.
and they look to continue this relationship with you. But someone who is still thinking about has that idea that offshoring might be a good option, but
Yeah.
not quite sure whether they should do it. What are the opportunities do you see for them that they should look to, and what benefits they would gain from offshoring? And the second one, specifically to Nepal. So, what benefits or opportunities do you see for those firms in the US offshoring one or an offshoring to Nepal second?
Okay, so the farmers benefit of let's say outsourcing, offshoring any work to other countries outside of US. Let's keep it that way right now.
Mm-hmm.
So is the first foremost is the cost benefit,
Yeah,
right? So yeah, the cost of hiring and accounting in the US versus having a bunch of talents here in on rest of the world is it's significantly comparable, right?
right,
And so that's the thing. And the talent pool here in Nepal is actually quite good in terms of not in terms of just tech, but in terms of accounting and taxes as well. So yeah, the main two advantages would be cost and the talent pool access that you get right by offshoring. So yeah, that's I see those two the main factor. But what needs to be made sure is you have a complete trust in your client and your firm, right? And the other thing would be the data security.
yeah,
So given outsourcing firm will have data of the clients, so the outsourcing firm needs to make sure that the data is more than 100% secure. That's the three things that needs to be considered by an outsourcing firm. That's what I think.
So you listed out cost benefit as number one, but I would go the reverse order. What I think is cost comes second. The first one is you want good, talented, skilled people, and that is
Mhm.
in abundance and growing every day with availability of chartered institute, institute here, also ACCAs, CMAs, people qualified in EA, right? People are also qualified as the US CPAs here in Nepal. And then the obvious, the cost benefit also comes. What you also raised is the issue of security. While you are
Yeah.
offshoring, you should also understand about the security of your data and your client's data. So in your own firm, how are you ensuring that those data are secured and there is a peace of mind for those accounting firms that their data will not be misused?
So yeah, so basically we work on a server platform. So everything that's done is via the server. Whatever a team member downloads, it gets recorded there, and all the let's just say everyone is on the loop of communications. So there are places where we change password every 30 days. So a lot of factors are taken into account to keep data secure. And again, I mentioned about our management software called Taxstone. So so it's a secure portal, and so all the documents are housed here. So it's pretty safe in there as well.
Right.
Everyone comes, everyone is here at the office. Usually we have the same IP for everything that we do.
Mm.
So yeah, that's how we
Right.
are
So you
doing.
use VPNs, you use geofencing as well. So everything
Right.
that will help them secure their data. So we talked
Yeah.
about opportunities, but there's always risk. There may be challenges, right? What challenges have you seen or do you see in the minds of these accounting firms when they are thinking about offshoring or outsourcing? And maybe how we can mitigate that.
Yeah, so the clients so far I have worked with, in my experience, is the firmest thing is the data security of their clients. That's one of the challenges. The other challenge I would say is so we engage people based on the engagement, right? So we might have some people working on that on one file one day, and the other person comes and do the work on the second day. So the approach might be different from different person.
Right.
So that's one simple challenge as well on the work approach.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, the main thing I would say is the data security.
Right.
Other than that, you can pursue your client that you are a value addition to their team, let's say their firm, then I think there shouldn't be any more problem.
Right. So if you can provide, or if you are providing high quality deliverables to the clients and also ensuring data security, then there is no reason for them to feel scared about offshoring to Nepal, right? And another thing that people do cite as challenge is the cultural difference.
Yeah.
The people in the West are more forthcoming, more active when they are in communications, right? But in Nepal or the Asian culture is people are more reserved type of
Yeah.
people. Do you see that that's affecting your firm, or how have you been managing that sort of stuff?
Yeah, so that was one of the issue that we faced when we started this. We worked with a few other members from Israel. We have worked with people from Israel. We worked with people from India. We worked with people from Pakistan. So yeah, and so the one of the challenges that we faced during our inception was the communication side of things, as you just mentioned. But how we mitigated that was we have a discussion with clients, and then what's needed for them, what's important for them, right, and what's deliverable from us, right?
Right.
So basically we delivered what's needed on time with accuracy and set a clear expectation to the team, to the clients. I think that that's more important to have something written in the something documented, I would say. So yeah, I think that will help mitigate the communication problem. And we also have so I mentioned we have teams across US and Nepal. So it's a 24/7, or let's say it's a 24/5, right? So yeah, the communication is we even in our engagement letter we write that communication will come up. So if you have a request, allow us maybe 12 to 24 hours to for us to get back, and that things get done in the stipulated time. Again, what's deliverable is delivered.
Right.
That's what I would.
Right.
Yeah.
And what I also have found works quite good is, regular meetings with the clients, sometimes about the work, but also sometimes off work, right? Not about the work, but just because it's two-way communication where the US firms also do want to understand the culture and the way work happens in Nepal. Likewise, the people here in Nepal working for those clients also want to understand their own culture and what is the working culture there. So there's this, when more interactions do happen, that friction of communications then lowers pretty quickly.
Yeah. So yeah, so we also do a weekly meeting with clients. Let's just say on a let's just say a quick catch up on how things are, what feedbacks do you have, and what are the improvements that we can do.
Mhm.
Uh, and we also suggest this is how we should be doing this, and it's up to them to implement that. But we run the show and we know where the, let's just say, pain points are. So we try to suggest the clients that this is the area where we need improvements as well. And again, coming to communication, we do a monthly activity with the team, and the client visits are also pretty often
Yeah.
to Nepal and the US. So that also helps people to know about their culture. We can say our culture,
Yeah.
right? So that we are keeping up. And again, in terms of let's just say we do a lot of one-on-ones,
Yeah.
and so I have actually schedule our week-wise tasks to the team as well.
Yeah.
So basically, the first, second, and third week are the busiest, and everything gets done by the third week, end of third week. So whatever you may have reporting for the last month's financials, payrolls, and sales tax, and the estimated tax, right? So yeah, and the fourth week is solely on team improvement. So team members gives a presentation on one topic, another gives another, and we have some guest lectures as well. We have some people coming in from the same industry. We has done some work in the US side of it, and how they do it versus how we do it, right? And we do these knowledge sharing classes within the team members as well. Yeah, and that's how we are communicating with the clients, teams. Yeah.
Right. So I like how you have designed the whole month, right? So when the first of the month starts, you go running, sprint, and then when the month is ending, you now relax and
Yeah,
also help and do those team building exercises
yeah,
within your team in Nepal as well as with teams
yeah.
in the US.
So it's basically on Nepal side of it, and with the US client, it's pretty much more of business. I would say 90% business and 10% would be personal. So
Right.
we create a room, we have a meeting with everybody.
Mhm.
We create a room, discuss what's your plan for the weekend, or maybe holidays are coming. So yeah, so what's your travel plans? And we share hours, what happened last week, what did you do over the weekend, right? So yeah, that's we're keeping the team happy and
So I think we could fairly conclude that there's opportunities for uh, firms in the US and to that extent the rest of the Western world where they are trying to increase their efficiency while also increasing their profitability and also the lack of talent that's been happening there. So there's opportunity here in Nepal to continue their work there and the team will handle the work pretty good, right? So there's opportunity there. And now coming back again, the in-foreshadow that we talked about, so if someone is trying to get into the US tax work from Nepal, the young talent, the young accountants that want to get in, you have something coming up, some sort of training coming up. So would you like to expand or tell the audience about that?
yeah, okay. Thank you, Sushilji. This is a good opportunity for me.
Yeah.
So basically, what we are trying to do is we have a lot of talent pool here in Nepal
Yeah.
in terms of accounting, but US tax system is a bit different, and we need to gain some, let's say, training experience on enhance before getting started with the work. So that's the gap that we are trying to fill with this training course, and so basically we have divided this into two parts. One is for individual tax, and
Mhm.
the other is for business tax. So first, on the first round, we are starting with individual taxes. So that's where we train on people on how to prepare, and so what are the documents that are involved in preparing, what are the forms that you need to file, right?
Mhm.
So basically, for an individual, it's a 1040 for a resident tax return. So how do you prepare a 1040, right? So that's where we're trying to train people. So given a lot of tax firms are growing in Nepal who do
Yeah.
US tax, so yeah, that will be helpful for ourselves as well and the other competitors firm as well.
Yeah.
If we have people who actually do tax returns and accounting, yeah, it's pretty similar.
Mhm.
Again, the principles might be different, but
Mhm.
pretty much similar stuff all over the world, right?
Yeah.
And so mainly on tax side of it, we are focusing on tax training and making people job ready that way.
Mhm.
So maybe one of the competitors from can easily get access of that talent as well.
Right.
And training time will be reduced as well, and the competition among the firms will also grow.
Mhm.
Hope healthily, yeah.
Yeah.
And again, we these training people, again, as I mentioned, we should always look for better opportunities.
Mhm.
So if you are working in a accounting firm and want to enhance your knowledge on tax side of things, especially on the US side, so
Right.
it will be very beneficial.
Right. And so when is this training happening and what is the mode of the training and what is the time frame or duration of the training going to be?
Yeah, so basically it's starting from January 10th, and the mode will be the training will be much more of a online coaching, and we will have a few sessions, in-person sessions to do practical on how to prepare actually on the, let's just say, on the software, or how you actually prepare the forms and submit to the government.
Right.
So yeah, and we are looking about 1.5 to 2 months of training. Yes.
Okay, sure. So those who are looking to get into US taxation here in Nepal, they can access this training through the link. I'll put the link down below, and also maybe we could throw in some a bit of discount for someone watching in this video, right? And also coming back to the competition, and also growing the talent pool that you are talking about. In essence, we are also competitors, but we are friends as well, right? So we're
Excellent.
actually doing is trying to get healthy competition, but also trying to bring in conversation where we can help firms as well as help talents in Nepal, right,
Yeah.
grow themselves and bring in opportunities as well as match those opportunities with people here in Nepal. So talent here in Nepal who might not be skilled enough. So a little bit of skill that might be necessary to close the gap. We can do that, and maybe we can you will have a career opportunity where you can start from one firm, and maybe you could get into another firm, and so there will be ample
Yeah.
opportunity for both the accounting firms that are trying to offshore and also the talent that are looking to get into working with global firms.
Yeah, agreed. And also, I think we need to advocate more on Nepal's accounting, offshoring, and outsourcing industry.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah,
that's what I believe. There is a gap, and this is a medium where we can talk about how things can happen here in Nepal as well. So yeah,
yeah.
I really appreciate Sushilji this initiative of yours. Advocating about outsourcing, offshoring, right? Yeah, I truly appreciate this.
Well, thank you very much. And now, before leaving, if someone wants to connect with you, what is the fastest way that they can get to you, or how can they connect with you?
Yeah, so I am pretty open in LinkedIn. So
Yeah.
my file name is Ganesh Dahal EA. So you can connect me over LinkedIn as well. So again, it's 12 to 24 hours timeline in response of the message.
Right.
But yeah, we'll get one. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So thank you very much, Ganeshji, for being here today and sharing your experience running a firm, helping US tax firms with their own practice, and also helping the Nepalese accounting and tax talent to grow and bring those opportunities. Thank you very much for this conversation.
Yeah. Thank you for the opportunity, Cecily.